The Great Melbourne Telescope was installed at Melbourne Observatory in 1868, and it began to operate in 1869. It took a little while for them to iron out the bugs, but once it was running properly, it was a very good telescope. In 2003, the terrible bushfires in Canberra destroyed Mount Stromlo Observatory. The fires destroyed the 74-inch reflector and also the Great Melbourne Telescope. We got the okay for the museum to go up and to recover the last few pieces of the original Great Melbourne Telescope that was still being used at the time of the fire. And those pieces were put on the back of a semi-trailer and trucked down to Melbourne to join the rest of the collection, which had been sitting in this warehouse for about the last 35 odd years. So that with the addition of the last few pieces from Mount Stromlo, we had about 85% of the components of the telescope. The only problem was we had no plans and no drawings to show how all these bits and pieces went together. We've been running really since 2009 the three interested parties, that is the Museum Victoria, which owns the collection, the Astronomical Society of Victoria, the Royal Botanical Gardens of Victoria, because they manage the Melbourne Observatory site, which surrounded the Great Melbourne Telescope. So what we want to do is to put the complete telescope in full working order back in its original building for the benefit of the public and for students and research workers.